This is some conservative guy.
Yeah.
We'll do it live. Fuck. I'm sorry, I had to do that. I had to do it on camera. I don't care. How are you guys doing? Miguel Rodriguez here for the Bakersfield Gentleman. Fresh cut, new shirt, old hat in the back. It's dirty as hell, but I'm going to wash it and it's going to look amazing. A lot of things going on, and it's been a good day. That's all I'll say about it right now. Some good football on. Bisons versus Buffaloes. What was the score when you finally, or when you stopped watching, or when you got up for
2014? South Dakota State was leading the Colorado Buffalo.
So the Buffalo beat up on the Bison, or the Bison beat up on the Buffalo?
Bison beating up on the Buffaloes.
Interesting.
And Deion Sanders, one of his sons, a quarterback, went down with a leg.
Oh, okay. Hey Tim, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Have you noticed that those kind of injuries in sports are a lot higher these days?
Well, I think he did it to stop the clock, not get a timeout.
Oh, so he's acting for point, or for not points, but for advantage.
Yeah.
Versus
they just lost the ball,
and it's not like he's trying to get it back or anything. It's just to stop the clock.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm not super against.
It was a smart.
Have you seen the one where the dude puts his feet out of bounds and grabs the ball so he can have it on a different part of
that's football IQ right there.
I want to say there's a lot of football IQ out there. Cam, thank you for joining us, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you the other day, Tuesday at Bible study. For those who don't know, Culebras has Bible study open to the public. Show up, have a cigar, pie apparently this time. That's not every time. I'm going to say it right now. And Tim says good start time. So 7 o'clock, good start time. Mm-hmm. There might be things in the near future where that'll be the start time, because I could go in earlier if need be, so we could be here earlier. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, I think if you got off at 5, we have 2 hours.
So either way, 7 seems like it doesn't drag as long.
Right.
Like there's less time in between the two.
When we had 6, we were struggling to get here on time and make sure we had everything.
That was the tough part. 7 o'clock or even 6:30 would be fine. But I think 7 o'clock. I think on the hour versus the top of what do they call it? Bottom of the hour? Bottom of the hour does not make sense to me in this particular situation.
Plus, we're doing a short show.
Are you making fun of me because I'm short? Fun of me?
You're taller than I am, bro.
Yeah. Don't forget that. Cam, for those who can't see the comments, Cam is checking in over on YouTube. If you'd like to watch, you can. It's on YouTube, and I am smoking because the camera doesn't want to show off. Boom, that gold and beige Artista band. Artista, one of our sponsors, obviously, the people who roll and help us manufacture Pariah cigars. I'm having the Harvest, and it is a phenomenally delicious Harvest. Phenomenal light blend. Not too light, by the way. I would give it a good mild to medium at most, but the flavor profile is impeccable. It stands out. It's got a nice woodiness to it. There's some hay notes. You're going to get some of that cedar and a little bit of pepper spice when you first light up. But how do I put this? It's so cliche. It's like, oh, it's not your typical Connecticut. It's not. It really isn't. And as far as a Dominican Connecticut goes, it does a very good job on balancing flavor with that light profile of a typical Connecticut strength, not being typical Connecticut flavoring. That's what I'm trying to get at right there. That's what I'm trying to suss out the points to. Whew. So, delicious, yes. Happy Skynet Day. Today is the day Skynet becomes self-aware. Yeah, I saw someone post that. It's supposed to be like, it was supposed to be this morning, I guess. Today's the 29th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Why do I have to do anything then? Shouldn't the robots have enslaved us all by now? Like, I shouldn't need to work anymore. I'm tired. I want a break. If it's anything like we can make Skynet with the Matrix, they provided all the food you needed. You just lived in a little cocoon and you slept the entire time. Who doesn't want to sleep the day away and have all your nutrients just handed to you in a cord attached to the back of your head or something?
I don't know. You guys, today I'm smoking from the brand new, not brand new, but name change, I guess you'd call it. Segovia's Destiny. Used to be called Antigua Destiny. Made down in Nicaragua by Art. This is the blue-footed band one, and it is the Habano. This is a torpedo shape. Fantastic cigar. If you guys never tried this cigar before, you're missing out.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you would want to hop on that ASAP, guys. A robust Nicaraguan cigar. I believe almost, if not all four regions of the growing regions of Nicaragua.
Yes.
So it's a lot to boast about. Some good stuff. Um, there was an email that I did not read that I meant to, and I don't know why it escaped me. But PCA would put out some notes about this summer's cigar trends. Did you get a chance to check that one out?
I did not.
Do you want to go to that real quick? It should be. Oh my gosh, so many emails. That and the fight for 21, which I didn't read that article either. I was completely blindsided. I didn't know how much great news was going to come out from PCA in one day. Thank you so much. If you are not a member, join Cigar Rights of America, CRA. Get your lifetime membership, get some awesome stuff, or get a year membership. You still get some cool stuff. I think you could buy that pack, the 10-pack. For Cigar Rights, it gives you your year membership and an awesome pack of cigars. So, not exactly a bad deal, guys. All right, but
the only two things I'm seeing from them are PCA and Toscano are teaming up to release a cigar.
Huh? Isn't that a conflict of interest for PCA to release a cigar?
They released quite a few cigars.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm thinking like they're not selling it. It's Toscano, but it's with their name, right? Okay. I don't know why.
And they released a final ruling for the Tobacco 21.
Oh, maybe that's what it's called.
Along with the Drug Administration Center for Tobacco Products (CTP) has this final ruling implementing T21, including requirements for age verification of patrons appearing to be under 30, and removal of tobacco vending machines from locations where patrons are permitted to enter under the age of 21.
Okay. I mean, that's not great for us, but it's not the end of the world.
Right.
For instance, I guess I don't really care for smoke vending machines anyway. I don't think that's the best way to do it. That is different than a smoke humidor at, say, a gas station, though, yes? Because it's not vending. You have to go to the retailer in order to acquire that tobacco.
Right.
So that's okay. Because even here in town, we got some pretty decent humidors just hanging out at different convenience stores or in like I said, gas stations. There's a 24/7 one that it just happens to have Costa 1910 sitting in there already.
Yep.
I think I think I told you to come out of the car one time, right? Like, oh, look at this. I think you already knew.
Yeah.
But I was just excited, so I felt like a nerd. But you know what?
Cool to see, though.
Right?
We're not expecting it. Yeah, I think it's still pretty cool to see.
Thank you. Okay, I feel less nerd about that. But you know what? I'm gonna nerd it anyway. I'm a nerd out on cigars all day long. We've been nerding out cigars for years. Literally years now. We're coming up to almost a decade of this, okay? And even if everything were to go absolutely wrong, I'm still gonna smoke cigars.
Right.
They're not gonna get me to stop.
Richard, correct me if I'm wrong. The first time we went to Texas Primer Weekend and we hopped that little tram that was still running before COVID, it took us to downtown Fort Worth, and we bought cigars from the Old Town tobacco shop.
Yeah,
and we asked them where we could smoke because there was only two chairs, one for the owner, one for his buddy. And he said we can go to the restaurant right next door. We smoked in the restaurant while we ate and drank. Is that still a thing in Texas, or have they done away with that?
I don't think Texas will let that go. I think if any place is going to hold on to that, it's Texas and Florida. Florida, I think, would fight tooth and nail, especially Tampa, Ybor in particular, in that area. Miami, yeah. Sorry, no, Miami is actually in Florida or in Texas.
Miami.
Miami.
Oh.
There is a city called it's spelled Miami, but they pronounce it Miami. There's a Paris, Texas.
I know that. Yeah.
There is a California City, Texas. There's a Nevada City, Texas. I believe there's a Colorado City, Texas.
Well, it's pretty big. You probably run out of names for cities.
How do you run out of names for anything? Just name it something. Name it Miguel City. Name it Frankie City. Name it Frankie Town. Frankie Town's better than Frankie City, I think. I'm sorry. I think you deserve a metropolitan area. Don't get me wrong, but I would still call it Frankie Town. Like, won't you take me to instead of Funky Town? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Pop-ups, guys, pop-ups.
Okay, no worries.
It's been many changes of Fort Worth lately. I don't know what place in particular. That is okay because it's small. It was a very small shop, but it had a really nice humidor, and then they had a separate one where it had their higher, yeah, which I actually appreciate that kind of differentiation sometimes, because once in a while you're like, I'm gonna treat myself. I want to go to the good humidor or the fancy humidor. Nothing wrong with that. I think Cigars and More did a good job with that in the beginning. With was she tearing stuff up?
Yeah, she's going to the trash.
I'm gonna go deal with that real
Yeah,
quick.
go do that.
Sorry.
Anyways, guys. So yeah, being able to find a nice spot to have a cigar was difficult. Actually, the first time we're in Fort Worth, Dallas area. But the guy was really cool. He showed us where he could smoke. Um, that was really cool. That blew my mind the first time. Honestly, sitting down in a restaurant and asking, "Hey, can we have a cigar here?" And then saying, "Absolutely." It was pretty mind blowing. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. It was pretty insane. Um, yeah, I mean, there's still ways you can smoke. Obviously, strip clubs in Vegas, they're cool with it. Some of the bars in Vegas are cool with it. The casinos in Vegas usually are cool with it. Although they're more lenient towards cigarettes than cigars, which I thought was rather interesting. I guess because of the short smoke time of a cigarette compared to a cigar. But the the big thing was the odor, and it's like, well, the odor from cigarette is way more offensive than the delicious smells you get from a cigar. I mean, even at events where we're vending cigars and we're smoking in the tent or in the pop up, people will walk by that don't smoke, used to smoke, never smoked, whatever, and they're not going to purchase anything, but they will comment on how good it smells, and so that's a big difference right there between the scent you get from a cigar compared to a cigarette. Um, I'm sure you guys have had that happen. You're smoking somewhere, on a cruise ship or where have you, and so, oh, it smells really good. What is that? And you tell them what it is. Like, oh, that's so nice. But if it's a cigarette, obviously it'd be a different story because to me, they just don't smell good. Maybe there's some people they do smell good too. I'm just not one of them. That's how it is. NFL starts next Thursday. Sorry, next Thursday. Um, how are your guys' teams shaping up to look this season? My team is not shaping up to look very good. We'll be lucky to finish third in our division. So there's that to look forward to. But it is going to be a rebuilding decade for a while because it's just going to be that way.
Rebuilding decades are actually not as bad as you think. As going through two of them with the Buccaneers, we really enjoyed our time together. It was a learning and growing experience spiritually, not wins wise. Obviously, we didn't get a whole lot of those in that time period, but I think we're going to be decent this year. Mayfield is still looking pretty good. The defensive line, pretty good. I think our wide receiver is pretty good. He was like number 5 on the fantasy list or whatever it is. I forget which one. I think Evans. No,
Evans?
not Evans. Not Evans. Is it him? Yeah, I think so. I think it was number 5. He was pretty high up there.
Damn.
Like we're looking okay. I'm not gonna say we're. I would love it. Like, oh, it's another Super Bowl for us this year. Boom, gonna happen. Probably not. But I bet you we're gonna get to the playoffs.
You guys have the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers in your division.
The Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers. Seriously, dog?
Yep, she's just getting all kinds of shit over there. Biting plastic, bro. That's weird.
I think she just smells the food on it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give it like 2 seconds. I'll go take care of this.
Fantasy draft is gonna be this Saturday at 5 p.m.
Did you not put out the event?
I was gonna do it tomorrow. I forgot. I literally forgot. So yeah, it'll be at 5. We're gonna do a show beforehand or after?
During.
Oh, during.
It was supposed to be the draft and clip show.
Draft and clip show, you guys. At 5 p.m.
my
on Saturday.
God.
So, if you're not part of the draft, you want to be, get a hold of me ASAP. It's free to join. We're gonna supply the prize, right?
Yeah. Yes. Smoking Hot Summer contest for the models. Miss Smoking Hot Summer is going to end a week from Saturday on the 7th. So it'll be the first show of second show of September at that point.
Which also is our anniversary month. So
look at this. Our cousin in the house. How you doing?
How we doing?
We call. I gotta hit you up. We gotta get you back on the show next week. I'm relaunching Great American Morning now that I had the morning schedule down to a T again. Feels really good. The gym is going. Friggin' maybe I should get on the diet again. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that would help. But everything is back to being on point, and I'm very excited for that. I'd love to get you on there. One of the first people we get on.
Absolutely.
I did not do my sharing. I apologize. So I'm just hitting that button.
So again, if you guys want to get in on the draft, just make sure you hit me up as soon as you can. The draft is, or the league is full right now, but I could always extend it to more teams if need be. So if you want on that, guys, make sure you get a hold of me again. This year's free to enter. We're gonna supply all the prizes. So just another time to have some fun with people that like cigars.
And make sure you pick whatever players Frankie wants. What are some of your first ideas? Your first draft ideas?
I think it's a kicker year. So I was probably gonna go with the kicker.
So start kicker defense.
Mm-hmm.
And just take care of those right off the bat.
Diva receivers.
No, dropping those. Don't want none of them. Quarterbacks. Not a fan of those either.
Fan of them.
Okay. So obviously, seeing how the point system works, receivers do a bulk of the heavy lifting. It seems like they got the most points.
Receivers?
Yeah. Is that a usual
my
thing?
Running backs are usually my top guys, but then again, I went heavy on running backs.
Because the running backs did pretty well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Defenses, in some cases, completely changed the games.
And sometimes when you get running quarterbacks like Mahomes sometimes, or what the hell's his name from the Eagles, they can score 2-3 touchdowns a game by passing and running. So
yeah, but I heard that's not legal to do during the game. So
very true.
Yeah, I had to drop that. Working that night, but I'll try to join in. Okay, good work, brother. Good work. If there's any players that you want that Frankie is thinking of picking, I'll make sure you get them. I'll tell him he can't draft them. It's only fair.
The only thing that irritates me about the draft mechanic is it doesn't take into consideration what players you need until they're full. So, like if they, for whatever reason this year, they're going to prioritize running backs, they'll keep drafting running backs until it's full, and then they'll move on to like receivers and then quarterbacks and tight ends.
And by that time,
you can either take someone you didn't wanted, like, and have bottom of the barrel whatever, because you weren't able to get a player when you wanted. So I do apologize for that. But the trades will be open, so if you need to make some trades, that's always a possibility. I know I get scrutinized a lot for trading players, but I always look at the Watson profile and make sure that it's either close or the person that's making the trade with me is getting the better end of the deal. And two, the person's accepting it and they like the deal. So what's there to scrutinize?
So much scrutiny still. I think there's a heavy layer of scrutiny that needs to be thrown on there. I think we need a committee just to watch your trades. And maybe you're not allowed to trade for the first 8 weeks of the season.
Wow.
Yes. How many weeks do we get play?
18.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, 10 weeks. I apologize.
We did have. Oh no, you already talked about the game today. Sorry, I was going to recap NCAA, but we already talked about it.
I just touched on who was playing. If there was any important plays, like you talked about in the first quarter, one of the quarterbacks pulling off 125.
Yeah, the
passing yards.
Sanders 134 passing yards in the first quarter alone. That was pretty impressive. I don't know what happened to San Diego State's quarterback, but he was pulled for a couple of plays. So I think he might have disrupted something, or I don't know what, but he was back out there. So
smart to pull him, check him out first.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the fears and what's what I'm looking for, the reservations people had about paying these kids. But if you look at the numbers, they're young kids still. They are very young. But you know what? They're doing something that generates a lot of money, not just for their schools, but for ESPN, for game, which EA, NCAA, the organization itself, and for their school. Obviously, not trying to discount that.
My whole thing is I don't like it because it takes away from what it was meant to be, which is just pure sport athleticism. And that's why people loved it a lot. Now it's like they're thinking about, how much am I going to get paid if I do this or do that, or manipulating the draft for a paycheck, like Caleb Williams wanted to do. It's like, well, if I play another year, because I don't want to play for this team, maybe this other team will do bad this year and they'll draft me and they'll be better for me, kind of a thing.
Fair.
And also, they're already getting paid. They have full scholarships to schools.
And it's not like they're not getting stuff that we just weren't told about. But it was under the table. Now they have to bring it above board. And the same way that, we fought the war on drugs and it didn't really go our way, just make some money off of it, right? Just start selling pot and tax it, okay? Start selling these children to the highest bidder, the highest football bidder. Really put them on an auction block. Make Colin Kaepernick correct, and just exploit them for all the dollars, all the ducats. But they need to get paid too. That's all I'm saying, because they are already being exploited.
Yeah.
So why not at least chip them in? At least cut them in.
So I've seen bits and pieces of his movie.
Just
because they're on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's like, his mom took him to get his hair braided because that's what he wanted, but she didn't know how to do it. She's like, you know how to get people to do like those ropes that they get in their hair, black people get? He's like, braids? She's like, yeah, I was right here. And he's shown to live this amazing life, but he wants to complain like a little bitch. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it is. That's a proper term for it.
Yeah.
He's being a little bitch. I'm sorry, but I will firmly back you on that because he also had decided he's going to become a big time producer, and he's going to make a documentary shitting on law enforcement in Kern County. We might have something to say about that because we live in Kern County, and I'm not saying that they're perfect. Obviously, stuff goes wrong. There are things that need to be investigated anywhere in the world.
Hey, they got my iPad back when the studio got broken into. They got my equipment back when the van was broken into.
That was more our buddy.
True.
What do you call him?
True,
What's his name? James.
No.
Damn it. What's his name?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Give me a second. I'll remember.
Was it a J? I think I might be wrong.
Just give me. I'll remember in a second. But still, so they do their jobs. It's a difficult job. I wouldn't want to be put in some of the situations they're put into. It's amazing they handle what they handle. So I'm not gonna shit all over them. I mean, sure they get things wrong from time to time, but that's a job I don't think I could ever do, honestly. So it is what it is. But moving on from that, Beetlejuice.
Don't say it.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I like that Winona Ryder's in it. I like that Jenna Ortega's in it.
She's just adorable though.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued as to the story. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it in theaters. I might just wait until it comes out on Hulu or Netflix or whatever's gonna come out on.
Well, we screwed up. Romulus is in the theaters after today.
Oh.
That's over. Sad girl about that. Less sad girl, whatever. But actually, I wouldn't mind watching that in theaters. I feel like I don't remember what they're called, but they're basically sandworms, the giant worms, and I love how they kept some of the aesthetics and some of the special effects similar, at least in quality, to the original.
Right.
Not just try to update everything to make it look shiny and new. Like it kind of threw me off about the Great and Powerful. I think it was called Oz the Great and Powerful versus the Wizard of Oz, the original. Obviously, you don't want it to look exactly like it did so many years ago with Judy Garland, which, but it was amazing for its time.
Definitely.
And if they would have kept the Flying Monkeys or something the same look, I think that would have been better than upgrading everything.
I do like the trailer for Wicked, because the Flying Monkeys do kind of remind me of the ones. I mean, they're CGI'd,
but they look similar.
They look similar to the ones that they had the dudes in the costume.
Yeah, if I remember the Great and Powerful, they were like baboons. Like they were much different.
I didn't see it.
I just remember seeing like a trailer and James Franco in a couple of scenes. I'm okay, maybe not now because it's got some problems, but you need a Oz versus Beatles. Oh my gosh. Well, Oz himself couldn't because he was just a dude, right? Yeah, so he'd be screwed. Although that would be an interesting thought process. Like he calls on Beetlejuice to help him with the magic.
Yeah.
So people believe in him still.
Yeah, that'd be
and then you see Beetlejuice take over the Wonderful World of Oz. And
I am sad that Ortho passed away because I would have loved to see him in this movie.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Ortho. The heavyset dude in Beetlejuice.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah.
He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
He was in a couple of things.
But I would like to have seen him in this the second
continue his role. Yeah.
He was a designer or something, interior designer.
And then for some reason, wasn't he in charge of the seance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to say I would like to see it in theaters. But when I got the Regal Unlimited thing, I want to see all movies in theaters.
And maybe I'm an asshole for this, and I don't mean to offend anybody from Texas, but I didn't care for the Alamo, the Draft House.
Okay, good. Let's lead with the Draft House, not the Alamo, because I remember the Alamo. Okay,
yeah, definitely, remember the Alamo. But the only thing I liked about it was the popcorn.
Delicious.
And it came in the metal bowl, which I really liked.
Metal containers.
But as far as the service goes, it was lacking. Like here at Movie Studio Grill, it's quick
and quiet.
Yeah. And then on the other one, you just order it. You can go pick it up yourself, which is not a big deal to me.
I mean, Maya does that, right?
Yeah. But I just wasn't impressed.
Not
as much as everybody talks it up. Wasn't impressed.
No, I've heard both sides of that. People talking shit on it all the time from Texas. And then they were all sad because they were closing them all down. Oh, an institution is gone. Well, make up your mind then. What do you want? No, I prefer picking it up myself.
Yeah.
Because the guy, he seemed friendly, but just wasn't really on top of it for the 6 different people in that theater.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have a conversation. Like, explain how everything works. I know to write it down. It's just, why do I have to write it down? Can I just order and then... Anyway, yeah, I there was some hitches in that giddy up that could have been fixed.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
Definitely.
But for the most part, the movie we saw there, still want to get that on like streaming or a DVD of it because it was a pretty intense movie for what I was expecting.
Mhm.
I thought it was just gonna be a fun shoot 'em up kind of
Yeah.
thing, and like okay, a couple of tense moments. The entire movie was freaking tense.
Yeah, but I loved it. I liked it. a lot.
I felt anxious watching that. Civil War, by the way, we're talking about Kirsten Dunst. There's a couple other actors in there that are pretty good. The older black dude, I don't remember his name, but every time he's in a movie, he's always good.
Mhm.
He's very good. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And then oh my gosh, the guy with the red glasses, I'm pretty sure that was the dude from We're the Millers. The red sunglasses,
You
dude.
think so?
I'm pretty sure that was him. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I
I
apologize. Let
don't
me.
think it was.
You keep talking for a second. Give me a second here. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was. But anyways, I was very intrigued with that movie. You know, again, just not super thrilled with the draft house itself. But then again, that's
Oh.
just me.
Oh, this is a different Civil War. This is the one that happened from 1861 to 1865. You guys know a lot of people died in that. It's really bad stuff. Death
Yeah.
toll, about 620,000 people. Not good. Not good numbers, guys. I'm gonna go ahead
No.
and go to the movie because that seems less sad
Mhm.
now. Where is it?
Let's go to IMDb.
Palmer. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
No, okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different guy. This is Jesse Palmer.
Mm.
He was in Breaking Bad and whatnot.
Right.
Wait. Game Night.
Game night.
Yes. Am I on the right track here? Observe and Report. Is that the kid or they just look similar?
You probably just
I think
look
they just
similar.
look similar. Yeah, they just look similar because I don't see what do you call it on here?
Mhm.
It's on Vice.
Vice. Who's on Vice?
Don't know. Just Vice.
Interesting. I
Other
did not know that.
people. Anyway, I'm sorry for that distraction, but you know what? Good actor. We'll be streaming next month. I think. Okay, I've got
cool.
Max. Boom. Thank you. And then we'll deal with one when it comes up during election time. It'll be fine. The world is totally doing fine right now.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, if anyone's doing fine, I think Ukraine's proven that we'll be just fine in the situation. Good on them. I know this is not a political show or a world international politics, but go do your thing. Keep invading Russia. I'm not sad about it.
The Russians are sad about.
Is anyone gonna miss it? You gonna miss it? We're gonna nuke the moon, all right?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm just saying, if there was a giant Ukraine versus the tiny one they have right now, maybe things would be there. You know, whatever. You know, it's whatever.
I don't know how it is where you guys are at, but the weather here is
Gone back up.
gone back up.
Dumb.
Yeah, this weekend was beautiful. It was in the high 80s. Now we're back to the hundreds, so triple digits again.
Straight up
It is not
teased us.
fun.
Next week's hotter, right?
It is what it is.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Then again, I know a lot of you guys out there are dealing with heat just as much as we are. I mean, Rich, you're up in Texas. I know it's not cold over there. We got plenty of buddies in Nevada, Arizona. It's not cool. It's not cool down for anybody. It's just a hot summer. It's Indian summer, just like on King of the Hill. I still don't totally understand that reference.
I don't know what that means.
But it was fun to me. Fun to me, man. When is fall actually kick off? End of September, isn't it?
Oh no.
Because no,
March, April, May, June, July, August. Should be coming up. 3 months a season. So
right? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's if not, we've already hit it, and I just missed it because it sucks. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see. There was another topic I wanted to hit, but I cannot remember for the life of me right now. Go cigars for a moment. Can we talk this?
absolutely.
I am about to my second, third right now, guys. Again, I am smoking Artista's Harvest. It is the gold, mustard gold, beautiful color. I actually really like that, along with the decals to the leaf, along with that beige background. Beautiful new artwork to these. the streamlining they did for their core line, spot on.
I love the look. I absolutely love it. And when they added the follow, I was a little intrigued on they went with another heavy cigar, like I told you.
Yes.
But I loved it when I had a chance to have it a few times. Great addition. I cannot wait to see what they come up with next. I'm thinking green or purple will be the next color.
I remember you elaborating on that. I think purple would be amazing, but I think you might be close to a green.
Mm.
I would not doubt if green is the next one. A dark purple band, even on a lighter cigar, if they decide to go like maybe a Cameroon or something, or a shade. I probably not a Candela for the next one. That's down the road, I'm assuming. Got to get Ram on to talk about that. Maybe shake some answers out of him. Another cousin, so he should be willing to share with us. But whatever. I think the green band, the hunter green. Either way, I'm thinking a darker color still because that Falu was a darker red, barn red apparently. Pretty
As
cool.
you said, though, they with lighter cigars going to go lighter towards the yellow they're using on that.
Think so. That makes sense to me. Has anyone ever done a clear band? I know Ish did an inside out one.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. It was I haven't seen a clear one. I've seen very thin where it's just a string. I've seen some where there's no discernible information on it whatsoever, like Tatuaje loves to do. And what do you call it? Banff cigar. Was it Banff or was it Olivan? Same company, different sections of it. But either way, it was called the Inside Out because he decided to put the binder over the wrapper, so you had to hit that binder flavors first, and it led for a more rustic looking cigar while still having your wrapper notes inside, which was very interesting. I'm not so sure I could tell the difference, but I never smoked one the opposite way, so I couldn't really tell you for sure. But when he put the band on, there was the information on the inside, and it was connected with the potato glue or whatever glue they decided to use to put the band on, inside out. And that was a really smart marketing tactic. I actually really enjoyed that. That's probably the most unique as far as how you display your band goes. You have to take it off in order to see the information. Definitely give it to him. Another Rodriguez right there doing great work.
As far as the Segovia Esteli Habano goes, not as much spice as I would expect from a Habano wrapper, but plenty of flavor as far as it's very woody. It has almost like a peanut butter cookie note to it, as well as a little bit of raisin in it on the end. Strength, about a medium, so that's probably right where I expected it to be. Again, very light on the spice, which intrigues me because I would assume a Habano, especially from Nicaragua, will be a lot spicier than this, but it's not, so that's cool. So for people that want flavor but they're not big into the spice, the Habano might be a good one for you guys to try.
It's a good point. I like where your head's at there. And I would also expect a bit more spice from a Nicaraguan Habano, but I'm not against, being a little more on the subtlety of spice as well. I'm always not always. There's always room for a good spicy cigar.
Right.
But if that's not what you're looking for and you just want the other flavor profiles that would go along with something in that general vicinity, I guess would that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Now, obviously, we're just drinking soda right now. For myself, I think I wouldn't go anything stronger than maybe like a Scotch with this guy. I think it'd get really overpowered with a really strong bourbon, or maybe just rum, something sweeter. So I think that might be a good call. Is there any in particular drink that pops into mind when you're smoking that Segovias?
Actually, Jeremiah Red from BJ's Brewery.
Wow.
I think that would be a really good pairing for this. I like the way that tastes, and I think it would go really well with this.
Very specific. I like where you hit the nail on the head with that one. Okay. So got to make a trip over to the brewery again.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's a national thing for them, right?
I don't know.
If it's that's a good point. I've never
seen a beach anywhere outside of California, but I've never looked.
I could swear it was a nation thing.
I don't know.
Interesting. That's a good point. Although I know that if you get red here, you can get red in Ventura at least, or where is it, Oxnard?
Yeah.
It's in Oxnard, yeah. So at least for where we know, you will have that sampling of their craft beers,
Mhm.
and they are still considered craft beers
Absolutely.
because they're in house. It's not widely mass produced, but just enough where they know what they're doing.
Mhm.
And if you see those vats going, it's actually a really fun thing. Have you chugged any good tequila lately? Actually, there was one. I'm a part of a few tequila groups on Facebook, and a couple of podcasts I listen to, and I need more tequila in my life.
I will say this: I follow a guy on TikTok who does tequila, and he was talking about how much he loves tequila and Dr Pepper. So he made a tequila or a Dr Pepper margarita, tequila margarita, a Dr Pepper margarita. He started off with 2 ounces of tequila. Then he did a little splash more because he likes it.
Yeah.
Then he did triple sec, which I thought was interesting. I don't really use triple sec in my margaritas. I usually use sour, or actually no, I try to use fresh lemon when I can.
That's the best way to do it.
And then he added the Dr Pepper, and no, he shook it over ice and then rimmed the glass and then added the Dr Pepper.
He shook a Dr Pepper can, just sprayed it everywhere. Yeah.
And I gotta say, I can see the look on his face. He did not enjoy it. For as much as he loves tequila and Dr Pepper, that was not a good pairing.
Wait, so does he like them together?
No.
And he just likes tequila,
Right.
And he likes Dr Pepper. Realize, hey, maybe these notes of pepperiness don't go with Dr Pepper,
Right.
Because if you don't know this, I'm sure you guys know tequila is a very pepper forward drink in a lot of cases, which is a-okay in my book. I want that bite. I'm looking for it. If you have a good reposado, probably not so much. Anejo obviously pretty much dies down, but that silver and reposado is definitely going to have that bite to it. Just depending on your profile, your preference, which one you go with. I think there's some silvers out there that can still be very mellow,
right?
But I prefer a little bit spicier, if you will. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's a little spicy almost. I think that's all I got for today. I'm running out of things to say.
I'm excited for the draft.
I apologize. Yeah, I'm doing my best to learn, but I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna do real well. I can tell. I feel it. It's my year. It's a kicker year. It's a Miguel year. Boom.
Definitely.
Dr Pepper has 23 flavors. It doesn't need a 24th.
Yeah, I don't think it needs 24th.
No, it does. It needs rum. It needs whiskey.
If you guys ever want to try it, you get yourself Dr Pepper over ice, obviously, and you add a shot or a shot and a half of Di Serono, and then a splash of grenadine. It's actually really good. You can put cherries in it as well if you like.
Yeah,
that's actually really good. I've only seen like 2 other people ever order that before, and I absolutely love it.
It's good. It's good. It's very sweet. Obviously, it's what it's supposed to be. But what does our buddy drink? Sailor Jerry's and Dr Pepper. Kraken and Dr Pepper. I know there's Dr Pepper there, and it's a good mix too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Spiced rum and Dr Pepper. There's a place for Dr Pepper as a mixer. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I think Mountain Dew though was invented to be a mixer.
I wouldn't mind having Mountain Dew with some tequila. I think that might be good.
That's a tough one. We have to try that on the show one of these days.
Barbaric, get it with vodka.
Dr Pepper with some good old Southern Comfort. See, another great combo. That sounds phenomenal to me. It does. It sounds better than tequila with Dr Pepper. Tequila for me, if I'm gonna mix with anything that's not tequila, sunrise, or just a margarita, or if it's not just traditional drinks, just make it tequila soda. Seltzer and tequila is great, but you got to add a lot of citrus. I got to have my limes cut up, put in there.
I usually do that too. Like if I get something like that, or gin and tonic, vodka tonic, even a Cuba Libre, I'll make sure I get a lot of lime.
A lot of lime. I don't care for tonic. So my vodka and drink is a vodka soda, vodka seltzer.
I like the tonic. I like that
bitterness,
quinine, whatever they add to it or whatever it is.
Quinine. Yeah, we'll make tonic.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to have a tonic versus seltzer. And have a couple of spirits here to try with them. Make
sure it's the day where I have the next day off. Speaking of which, this is a 3-day weekend for myself, and I think quite a few of you guys out there. So have fun, but be safe. All right, go crazy, in the most responsible way you can,
Sure.
or just go crazy. Either way, take pictures so we can see it. Haven't had a gin and juice, but there's a song about it. Gin and juice is not bad.
No, it sounds really good actually.
Because of the song.
Especially when you make a giant jungle juice and you just use just gin.
It's that's just a giant gin and juice. You can't sip on it at that point though.
No,
You're chugging that thing. We got to make that happen. Definitely got to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it for today.
Well,
You guys be safe out there. Have a great weekend. We will see you Saturday for the draft and clip show. All right. Take care.
see you guys.